I can take my.
Yep. Back again, fellas. We back again. Geeks all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode. Because we geek. We encourage you to stay geek, man. Listen, the four brothers are back, man. Got Rail in the building, got Cuz in the building, got Big Day in the building, and we also got, what's God named in BA in the building, man. Listen, guys, we are back again with another one, y'all. Listen, if you guys are into the geek culture plus more, man, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Join us here every we already started. Every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning, man. And we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. And also, too, man, everybody do us a favor. Hit them likes for y'all. Please hit them likes for us. That'd be much appreciated as well. And also, if you're watching us over on X, come on over here on YouTube, man. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Join us here. We do this literally every Tuesday evening, Saturday morning. Also, too, if you guys have any questions or any comments addressing any of the topics that we bring up, y'all, add them to the comment section, and we'll address those here at the end of the show. All right, fellas, man, we got some nice little topics here to get to. So let's go ahead and get to it here. Let's see. So, guys, I got a main topic here. This topic I found online. I want to kind of get y'all's thoughts on. I think we were kind of talking about our excitement about this movie coming out here in December, Avengers Doomsday, and based off the trailers, right? So we talked about the first trailer and the second trailer. It's going to kind of had this conversation with you guys. A lot of people kind of having mixed kind of feelings so far as for the excitement for this movie. So let's go ahead and get to it, y'all. It's going to be our main topic. I did that. What up, cuz? Listen. This is
I'm sorry.
I feel no hype. No hype. Avengers Doomsday trailer reactions are far more mixed than Marvel hoped. I don't know if y'all kind of noticed that online, but so far this is some of what some of the people are saying, man. It says maybe I've outgrown the movies, and it might be also me being a film student for 2 years. Okay, he's an expert now. Ooh. But Doomsday looks like I've been a MCU fan for 13 plus years, and honestly, the trailer is not promising. It is so bad. I feel no hype, and I know it will suck. It's not just nostalgia bait. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, that's interesting. So this one right here, this is probably like I think the most positive out of all of them. I think I saw. My bad. There you go. Let's see. The best part of the new Doomsday trailer is that Ian McKellen's expression so haunting. It felt how terrified he was. I was rooting for him so bad in this clip. That's probably the most positive I've seen so far in this one, yeah. So check this out. He says, I have major crap. I gotta keep going back and forth to this. There we go. I have major mixed feelings about the Doomsday trailer. On one hand, I'm worried about everything just being underdeveloped and the movie being only spectacle. On the other, they made Doom so awesome. Maybe that's probably the most positive. They like the Doom aspect of it. So then we got this here. Doomsday trailer was really poor. It's all the same beats. Even Sue's dialogue is so ordinary. Villain went through trauma and he wasn't always like this. Quote, I knew he was lost, but not this bad, unquote. Well, that sounds like Big J's thoughts. Let's see what we got here next. It's funny how the MCU desperation plays to recast RDJ as Doom to generate hype is one of the question marks surrounding Doomsday right now. BJ, you write this? Says I think other actors playing Doom would have been better received than RDJ. It was a desperate move and it wasn't worth it, in my opinion. BJ, what you doing on here, man? Stop writing
That wasn't
stuff.
me. No, that wasn't me. So no. The last one was me talking about the DCU actually. When I said I knew it was bad, but I knew it was broken. That was me talking about the DCU. But
okay.
No.
Okay. But yeah, man. I guess I didn't engage a lot of people, fans online in their thoughts or whatever, man. Sometimes you kind of scan through, certain sites or whatever, man. You kind of get that idea or that feeling or whatever of kind of what everybody was thinking and stuff, bro. I didn't even know it was like this, man. Only person I knew was Big J when he said them comments in that last post. Saying that it could have been anybody else, you know what I'm saying? But now let me get y'all thoughts on this, man. BJ, what's your thoughts, man? Like, are you kind of sensing this too from the people? Like what? I feel like, bro, like I guess as a whole, like from you guys, I haven't really just like sensed like this. Oh my god, I can't wait till the movie come out type of sense, like we did with Spider-Man. Like we was hyped for Spider-Man. I don't really feel that from y'all, man. So are you hyped? Like what's your hype level on this movie?
I'm hyped up. So here's my thing. There's a few people on the internet saying stuff, and I really don't care what people on the internet say. I never have, although I'm a personal internet. So disregard that part. But beyond that, I look at the realness. Like I said, I'm an accountant, so I look at the real stuff. So I look at the pre-sales. This movie's already over 35 million. I'm closing on 40 million in pre-sales. It is 16.5 million the first day, which was the record. So I look at when people say that, and I look at what they buy in. The two don't add up. They said this movie's already 65, and I know they started doing the pre-sales before Spider-Man, but they said it's already tracking based on the time that the sales opened, 65% higher than Spider-Man Brand New Day, which just crossed right around 2.1 billion. So to say, oh, there's no hype when everybody's spending their money on it, when they sold out of all the pre-sale, the large format theater sold out in less than an hour the first day, but then there's no hype. That doesn't make sense to me. Those two things sound, you sound like you should have been on a short yellow bus if you're saying that when you're looking at the numbers that they're pulling right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't see how those two don't add up. So I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm looking at it from a strictly. But all I see when I look online, if I look on YouTube and all that, they've been doing a Road to Doomsday. I'm still watching one right now on New Rockstars. The Road to Doomsday. They've been doing it for the last 4 months. Everybody at least 5 videos a week on Doomsday. At least 5 videos. So I don't know what people are talking about. That there's no hype for the movie. That's people that want it to fail. And I think it's going to be the same people who, they make these stands, and then when it crosses 3 billion, like, well, see, I don't know. I always predicted it was going to do well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so I don't believe in people. Like I said, but I was wrong about how much I thought Spider-Man was going to make around 1 point. I said 1 point.
You said like one. I think you bet as high as 1.8.
Yeah, I said 1.8, and it crosses out and I said, hey, you know what? I was wrong. And I'm glad I was wrong, because that means that the movies are back and people are going to be going back to the movie theaters, and studios might start investing in good movies again. But
let me say this, Big J, for you. Like we joke on the show. When you said what you said about Spider-Man, you weren't saying it out of hate. Like you said, you was looking at the numbers. What we all were doing. We're looking at the numbers. You're like, hey, this trailer got this much. This first day of pre-sale got this much or whatever, right? So we were kind of gauging it off of that. It wasn't like any hate from it or whatever. Like you said, a lot of these people are doing it based off of hate. Like, I want this to fail. So yeah, I don't see anybody hyped for this movie. It's like, but that's not true though. But my bad.
Well, even going back to, like you said, the trailer views. Now I know that the trailer, it didn't get as many trailer views as Spider-Man, but Doomsday, the first trailer, had more views than any other Avengers movie ever within the first 24 hours. It was over 600 million, 600 million views in the first 24 hours. So I'm like, y'all saying this, but y'all saying, oh, nobody's. Well, who's watching the video? I ain't watched it, 600 million times. I mean, Will probably did,
That was me.
Will probably had on loop on all his devices trying to get the numbers up, but I'm like,
I felt judged.
Hey, I tried, man. I had on my TV, my phone, my computer. All I'm trying to get the numbers up, but So my thing is, there's obviously hype for the movie. So people saying it, that just seems stupid to me. What you got, BA? Oh, that's deep.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, BA.
I said, first and foremost, I disagree with Rel when he said that he wasn't coming from a place of hate when he was giving those numbers. That's a lie. Survey says that's a lie, and the footage also said that's a lie. So that's three people. That's three different instances saying that that's a lie. But more importantly, see, the thing is, right? They don't necessarily. You can't really see what they're affiliated with when they're typing these things out. That's the problem, right? Because if we can see what they was wearing, I'm quite sure it had a big S on their chest, or maybe some type of DC apparel when it comes to some of these critics. And I think that's where it's coming from, because it makes no sense. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. This is very hyped. People are talking about it. It's feeding a lot of people. Like Big J said, people doing 5-6 videos a week. You know what I mean? If that, if not more. So like they're feeding families off of what could Doomsday be, what does this mean, what does that mean, so on and so forth. So and it could be as simplistic as a villain had sibling or family member killed, seeks revenge. Well, that plot itself just was one of the best movies selling wise of all time when it comes to Spider-Man. That's exactly what Spider-Man was. Villain had her sister killed, she seeks revenge, and that was the plot of the movie. And that did numbers. You feel me? So it don't have to be that difficult. So set up. So the fact that you have a villain, a true villain, and whatever that he's dealing with, they want to see a story come out of that. It's not hard to develop a story if I can make billions off of sister dies, seeks revenge. There you go. Let's make a story around that. So if they can do that for Sony / Marvel, then I'm quite sure with Doom and everything that's surrounded by Doom. Okay, I get it. It might be too much now. Might be too much on the plate. You got incursions, you got all this other stuff. Okay, cool. Planet goes against another planet in an all-out brawl. Somebody wins, and you keep moving after that. It's not difficult. These people get paid quite well to come up with a decent script. So I'm not necessarily mad, and I'm not looking at this twice. It's just, you got to come up with just the fact that it's just a lot of hate. The fact that now that they're saying these things and other people are saying it, guess what? They're getting views, they're getting likes because they couldn't get likes saying it the other way. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't get the same amount of attention if I was being positive. So I'm gonna flip it and be negative, and now I'm getting more clicks and views and stuff like that, and we talking about it. So that's what I think. That's what it is, to be honest with you. So everything else is just it's just hate, and because they haven't. You gotta wait. You gotta really wait and see. You have people saying this one's one of the best trailers of all time. You have like me myself. I ain't gonna talk about people. I said myself. I got what I call it fandom chills when I was watching Doom, and as he was talking about what he was talking about. You know what I mean? Like I was like, dang, like that's a real villain right there. I wish Kane was like this. That's what I was thinking towards this whole entire thing. So somebody said something about Sue Storm. Sue Storm was making basic one-liners the entire Fantastic Four. She ain't changed not one bit. What are we talking about? It's not like she got worse. She just said what she said. If anything, like I called out, I was like, she's sending shots to Reed because he's supposed to be the number one person in her life. Yeah. But apparently, Doom is the smartest when it comes to being in different rooms or whatever. You know what I mean? So no, I don't agree with none of it. And I think I went too long with just entertaining nonsense, to be honest with you. What you got, Will?
It's crazy today with this trailer for them to say that it's still no hype, because it's by far the best trailer that they've dropped. Like we're talking about, it's like this should have been the first trailer that they dropped. This one was the good one. This one was the fire one. So for them to, out of all these other trailers, to all of a sudden, nah, it was man. I didn't feel it. No hype. It was like, you're lying and the math ain't mathing. Like just like what Big J said, You have the viewership on the trailers between all of the trailers, and you have the ticket sales. Ticket sales, the early ticket sales, and the trailer views is showing that there's no mixed reviews for this. People are hyped about this movie, one way or the other. People are hyped. So it's math ain't mathing at all with these folks. I think BA was wrong when he said that they might have DC stuff. It might if they have DC stuff, it might be Snyderverse folk, because those folks just be hating on everything that's not Snyder. So that's what it is. If they have it, it's not your typical DC folks. These are Snyder verse folk.
Say it correctly.
It'd be like partial. Yeah, it's the Snyderverse folk. But yeah, the math ain't mathing. Math ain't mathing for them to try to say that this is reviews. What you got, Ron?
What you say, BJ?
Well, I had some more information, some more data points. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the trailer and the trailer views, right?
I was just about to ask you about it, but go ahead.
So I pulled it up because I was pulling up stuff. So yeah, it had 503 million views across all platforms. Second, we're all time behind only Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Right.
So of course that means it's going to be a flop because it's. And they said the next closest movie that Disney's ever had was Deadpool and Wolverine at 365 million. It did 503 million. And then I went back. So my other big thing was I had some reservations initially because of bringing Robert Downey back as Doom. But then I said, let's go back and went back and looked at what the Russos have done since they've been in the MCU. First thing they did was Winter Soldier, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the most critically acclaimed movies in the MCU. It did $714 million in theatrically,
Mm-hmm.
That's
Next
it.
thing, Civil War. Another one of the best movies in the MCU at that point. 1.15 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing, what they do was the next one they did? It was this movie.
Infinity War.
Oh, okay, Infinity War, yeah. $2.048 billion. And then the last thing they did was a thing called Endgame, which is $2.799 billion. And if they lump the two together, they probably won't do it. They lump them two together, when it hits back, it's going to be around $2.9 billion. By the time it's all said and done, they add Redux, Requiem, Encore back in there. Yeah, part 2, Electric Boogaloo. It's going to be the highest grossing movie of all time. So
Electric, but wait, Tom, wait. We not gonna let Electric Boogaloo. Yo, hold on. You gotta be a certain age to understand what Electric Boogaloo means, though. You got people that's like 20 years old watching this show. They not gonna know what that is. If you got 30-year-olds, is not gonna know what that is. That's crazy. That's a crazy pull.
Hold on. Have you ever heard? Okay. Have you ever heard of the Boogaloo Boys? Off topic. There was about 4 years ago. There was a group called the Boogaloo Boys that was showing up at all these events, political events. You never heard of them?
Yeah.
That was from. They were looking for the Civil War Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, and that's where they got their name from. It was the Boogaloo Boys. Those dudes that showing up with the guns and the Hawaiian shirts. So it's not that old reference. That is very
Proud Boys.
Yeah, they're like the Proud Boys, but they got their name from because they came from Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. But that's where they got that from. So it's been around in the zeitgeist for a while. But yeah, you got ideally, yeah, if I said that about 10 years ago, but since they reintroduced Electric Boogaloo, that's why I was like, yeah, the Boogaloo Boys brought it back, even though they some.
You said all that, and I still don't care. That was still one crazy pull. The fact that you had to go to Breaking 2 to get that out. Understood. Somebody find me some cardboard. Somebody find me some cardboard.
Oh, sure. Come on now.
Go ahead, bro.
No, listen, bro. I agree with everything y'all said, man. The fact, like I said, I've learned to do this. As a matter of fact, I think I said this to y'all. There are people online that's saying if Doom kills She-Hulk and Ironheart and all of them at the beginning of the movie, the Marvel fans will be proud or whatever, bro. And then I'm reading the comments and everybody there was like, bro, what are you talking about? I'm a Marvel fan and I wouldn't be proud of that or whatever, right? And so this right here, kind of when y'all start talking about it and stuff, and start saying about the numbers and stuff ain't adding up to what y'all saying or whatever. That right there, man, is another example, bro, of like you got this small minority of people who scream and act like they represent everybody. You don't represent me. Like Cuz said, that one, y'all saw when that second trailer came out, I was so hyped for that. That was like, yo, that's a trailer. That's a trailer we needed right there. That one little snippet of Doom in there talking about, yeah, I am Doom or whatever and all that. You sold me. Where my wallet at? Cuz you see my wallet over there yet? You already sent it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's I mean, like I said, you don't speak for me. And like I said, I've seen people online. Matter of fact, did those tickets sell out before or after the trailer dropped?
They said the same thing. They dropped the same time. So
that's
the trailer dropped, and then within an hour they sold out of that first allocation.
Because I can't remember if that was the movie or Spider-Man, but Will's sister had texted us and was like, get up, get your tickets right now. They went on sale or whatever.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man.
I messaged y'all. I messaged y'all in the group chat.
It was you. She said Spider-Man. Okay, that was you. That was you. But yeah, so as soon as you messaged us that, guess what I did? I ran over there and got my tickets, bro. And then before, like you said, when I got my tickets, I was lucky because it was a lot of tickets selling off the board or whatever, right? And so, and I think I got mine for I think a Friday, I think at like 6 or something like that, or 6:30 or whatever it is. So, around those times, like the Thursdays, the Fridays, the Saturdays, those are like the main 3 days. Those suckers selling out, right? Mm-hmm. And so then on top of that, after they dropped the second trailer, they put out more tickets. Them suckers sold out. So
you know what happened though? The Campion talked about. They were saying the AMC site was going down.
Yeah, when people did.
So of course that means nobody's buying the tickets. So if nobody's buying those tickets. It's just they just haven't.
Remember Spider-Man or Doomsday.
Both. It happened twice.
Okay. I knew it happened to me where it's like, bro, I ended up having to exit out. And it made me redo a password.
Yeah.
On my AMC app, I had to redo a password. I was like, bro, I'm gonna end up missing the damn tickets. So luckily, I got right back in as soon as possible, bro, and like went right to it. And they had me waiting in line because they say you're waiting in line or whatever. And I was like, why would you have to wait in line? I could be wanting to go see something else. I might not want to be getting tickets for this. But it had everybody going on the site. I don't care if he's going to watch a Paw Patrol movie. They had you waiting in line to get on the site. Crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, luckily I got my tickets or whatever. But yeah, bro, like you said, the site kind of shut down there for a little bit to the point I had to redo my damn password. And so, yeah, I'm with y'all. It's just that minority, y'all. It's just that minority of people who scream the loudest and think they represent everybody. I don't enjoy this. I don't want to enjoy this. So I'm gonna try to make sure that y'all don't enjoy this too. That's the thought process. I never understood that, bro. I always use the example. What's a movie? 50 Shades of Grey, right? Will sister like 50 Shades of Grey. I don't like 50 Shades of Grey. It's not for me, whatever. Whatever. I go watch, like if she want to watch it or whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and dog the movie because she like it and it's not for me. Like, what's the point of that? Hey, no, it's just not for me. I'm gonna watch something else or whatever, right? And so that's the day and age we live in, fellas. It's like, hey, this right here represents the whole massive group of people. They don't represent the massive group of people because that's not how I feel. And I want to see the movie. You know what I mean? So, but you should say something, BJ? My bad.
No, I was just saying, yeah. So to me, that's more impressive because, like I said, when Spider-Man shut the website down, it was the week of the release. Doomsday shut down the site 4 months out.
Oh no! It was early release.
I thought Spider-Man was still selling through. I thought because when I saw Campy talking about it was about 4 weeks ago when he was saying that he tried to. I think he was trying to buy additional tickets for additional viewings. Because I think what happened early. No, I think what happened was everybody bought the pre-sale tickets, but then once people started getting the word of mouth,
the regular tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
People going trying to get second and third viewings. I've heard people say, I've seen it twice. I've heard people say they're trying to get like second and bringing friends, and they said when they were trying to get back in to get extra tickets that opening weekend, they couldn't. That's when they were saying the first time they was doing the site was going down. But like I said, with Doomsday, when they dropped the second video, it was not. The site went down again. Like I said, 4 months out. So to me, that's crazy. When 4 months before the movie dropped, y'all already buying. Like I said, tickets, and I saw the popcorn bucket on the website. So, like I said, people that want to complain for the sake of complaining, people want to hate for the sake of hating. It's gonna be probably, like I said, these are the same people that said there was super movie fatigue, right? There's superhero fatigue. Yeah. But I'm like, is there superhero fatigue? Because we just saw, I just saw Spider-Man is at 2.3 billion right now. So is it really superhero fatigue, or like I've been saying, or is it bad?
They predict they might finish at about 2.5.
Yeah, when I revised my numbers, I said probably 2.5 is where to finish off because it's been slowing down. But like I said, there's nothing in the runway until Doomsday, Endgame comes back, really. That'll be the first real big challenge to it. I think, and my thing is, I even think in December, I think people talk about Doomsday, but I think it's going to be Doomsday makes around $3 billion or close to $3 billion. I think Doom's going to make around close to $1 billion, and I think Jumanji going to make like $50 because I don't think the people aren't going to be going to see. I think people go see those two movies because those are going to be event movies, and I think Jumanji is just like,
you ain't seen the Jumanji movies and the numbers be making, man.
I've looked up the Jumanji movies. Like I said, they pull decent, but these movies are diminishing returns. It's like, what was it? Fast 11 and 12 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They just going back to the thing. There's no creativity at this point. We're gonna go back with the same characters and we're gonna mix up who they are and the thing again.
Actually, that's not why the Fast movies are feeling. Those movies got bad towards the end. That's the difference.
Let's go into outer space.
Yeah, you put duct tape on your window to go out of space. I was like,
let's bring in our long lost brother John Cena. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like John Cena's Dom's brother. He's not even Hispanic.
He was a bad guy in the last movie. Now they best friends.
So they
every bad guy in the last movie. Now they best friends. In the next movie, all that stuff.
Jason Momoa. Let's get Jason Momoa. And he acting like he's the Brazilian dude's son and the long lost son. That's just crazy. I'm like, man, I didn't even watch those movies. I saw the premise. I'm like, yeah, no. When they went to space, I was like, yeah, I'm out.
It's one of the cases. Big J. I started it, man. I gotta finish it all of them, bro.
Oh,
so I didn't see all of them. Now I did see the one like we said with the duct tape around the window going in space. I didn't go to the movies and watch that one. I did watch it at home, but yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I was kind of out two things. When I saw when Dom was fighting the tank on the highway and he was jumping from car to car to catch Letty in midair and flying into cars and just that hurt a little bit.
He was a piece of debris with a string on it, and then he hooked on the rock and swung to the other side. All that, bro. I was like,
what was the other one they did in that same movie? I think there was so many bad things. The jumping out of the airplane with the cars. There was when the rock kicked a torpedo. Skidding on ice with his foot, and it veered off and blew. I'm like, how you can? That thing weighs about 3,000, 4,000 pounds. He just
it's a rock, man.
Yeah, just okay. So, like I said, they're superheroes now. That's what we said.
Yeah. Hey, Dom cannot be hurt, bro. He be.
They have the heart-shaped herb.
Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, he went to Wakanda, ate the heart-shaped herb, and
that joke that John Kemp be telling all the time is like, Dom versus Optimus Prime, who wins? Oh, Dom, of course. It's like, wait, what? Oh man, but yeah, man. Y'all let us know in the comment section, man, what y'all think, man. Are y'all hyped for Doomsday? Are you not hyped for Doomsday? Y'all let us know in the comment section. All right, fellas, we can turn the page here. Let's get into these other quick hits, man, and see what everybody's talking about. We talked about this on last week, y'all, but check this out. Marvel's new Marvel TV shows are reportedly in development on Disney Plus. Says there are multiple new Marvel TV shows reportedly in development at Disney Plus. Announcements are expected for the new series soon. So a lot of people are predicting that these announcements will be at New York City Comic-Con. Now, BJ, I know San Diego is the biggest. What's the second biggest Comic-Con? I thought Las Vegas was the second biggest.
As far as like,
oh, okay, I think it is New York. You're right. I thought Vegas might have been like a top 3 or something like that, but no, I think it is New York, and I think Brazil too is in there now. I think Brazil. No,
I forgot what the Brazilian one is called. And then of course, what's that thing they had in? He showed of Billy World in Japan,
China.
Was that China or Japan? I thought it was.
It's China. It's Shanghai.
Oh, okay. It must be like one of the top 4 or something.
That's the one where Kevin Feige was at about 3 months ago.
Oh, yeah. He started spoiling everything. He never spoiled
can't wait to see Yelena Belova in Spider-Man. I'm like, wait, what? Nobody said. He was just like, I guess he figured they wouldn't get out.
Somebody sniper Kevin Feige now then.
Whoa, sir. Can't be called for
Marvel sniper.
Oh, but speaking of sniping, did you see that about your boy? Are we talking? What's his name? David Harbour.
Oh yeah. I didn't listen. I didn't listen. Yeah,
he did some stuff.
It's too much. It's too much people saying stuff, bro. Like y'all, come on, man, chill. But I didn't listen to it because I think John. Matter of fact, John had a video and I didn't watch it. I didn't even watch it.
I saw what he said, and I was like, and everybody's like, they don't know if he was joking but if he was not joking, then the snipers gonna have to come get him hard. He gonna be the next.
Because Dave Hartman ain't known for spoiling stuff, so I was like, why would you say
he really been
hanging out with Tom Holland too much?
Ruffalo and Holland, yeah.
And all
Dude,
let's play because
based on what he said, if what he said is true, he ain't gonna come back.
yeah, he definitely died in the movie.
They gonna rewrite now.
Exactly. Yeah, which thing though, man? You said you believe this news, bro, that we actually gonna get new shows? Cause I know last week we talked about the fact that there are rumors that they were gonna cut back on the shows. So now Marvel's pretty much saying, well, we lied. But what you think?
Well, that goes to show you can't trust them, man. I've been yelling that from the top of my lungs since like first time I was on the show. I don't believe what they say, and I just think that this is I think it's too much money. You know what I'm saying? Even for subscriptions and all that stuff, you can't go through too long of dead periods without your name being brought up some kind of way. And I think 2004 was one of those years where I think they only had like one movie, the X-Men, Deadpool and Wolverine. Like we need to talk about Marvel more. Like it got to be in the this is how you can tell this is a different Marvel movie in a sense, because as soon as the trailer went out, especially the Thor part of it, where as though he was like, "No, this is my new team," and you saw how that went viral and people started making jokes about all that other stuff. Like who are you? Who are you? What? Where's the real Captain America? You're not him. Where's the real Black Widow? You're not her. They was making that. That means that people are talking about it. It's on people's on their minds enough to make skits and things of that nature of it. So something has to stay fresh on your mind. So when they say like, yo, we're cutting back everything, we're not coming up with not one show. You're like, what? Just Daredevil? Daredevil and the time in between the movies? I think that's a little bit too long. So I'm glad that they said this. This kind of goes back to like, okay, they're going to come up with something. It's probably something animated, right? They got to stay with that, because what if had a following, especially when they came up with the zombie joint. That was something that people was going towards, it was seeking out. So it had interest. And like I said, just other small things along the way. It's just I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out with this. I don't know whether they should focus on sagas or just one season series, but if it's good enough, add another one to it. And I'll explain that. When I say series, WandaVision is a series. That was one of 3. And then Agatha was 2 of 3, and then Vision Quest is the final. Like, I don't know if they can forecast that long of a series run of different that was just different shows, but it was still under the same umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Or did they go back just to say, hey, we're going to give you one season, and then if it's good enough, we might do another one, but this is good enough to leave it where it is. Let's say if Echo was better, right? Let's just say Echo was better than just, boom, you got your one season, call it a day, and then we bring this character back. You know where she came from. I don't know about that, but I feel like they have to do something in order to keep the flow going. We can't go long stretches without talking about Marvel. Makes no sense.
What you got, cuz? Oh, we say Jake, my bad.
Who, me? No, yeah. I was just agreeing basically like Will can go. Like I said, I don't have to skip Will. Will can go.
Go ahead,
cuz. I think it's on that BS. They just canceled these black shows and movies, and now they want us to talk about having shows. So unless they are some black content, it is on that BS. Gonna have to start. Well, I already have started looking at Marvel sideways with some of the steps from them not promoting for the shows that they haven't promoted. Even though the shows that they haven't promoted are actually turn out to be pretty good shows. Ironheart And so, yeah, that's where I agree with BA that they do need to have the shows out there because you can't go long stretches without without a show or a movie. But then also they need to make sure that they are the right content as well to be able to pull in everybody to be able to watch it instead of just the one subset of people.
What you got, BJ?
So yeah, like both of them just said, I was on board when they were saying that they weren't going to be doing any new live action or something. I'm like, okay, well that justifies canceling Wonder Man because Wonder Man was the perfect Disney Plus show. It was cheap to make. It didn't have a lot of special effects, so it was a dude in a practical costume with a few small effects that you could do. So you didn't have to. It was a buddy thing. It was critically acclaimed. Audiences loved it. So why not keep making it? But if you're saying, oh, we're not going to do live action, I'm like, okay. But then if you're going to come out and announce much of new live action stuff, then yeah, we're going to have to be like, okay, now what are we doing then? You cancel stuff that fits your, because Daredevil, once again, not a bunch of special effects, a lot of practical stuff. It's cheap to make, no big salaries in there. And it's kind of insulated to, and that same thing Wonder Man was. Wonder Man was completely insulated. You would reference stuff. But like I said, you didn't have to do anything that was, oh no, it's going to require all this stuff. So to me, if you're going to cancel Wonder Man, then yeah. But if you bring out something that's going to be way more expensive and all that, then you've blown your whole argument apart.
What we say, BJ? Oh, my bad. Go ahead, BJ. Go ahead.
So my only pushback, real quick, is it's not even a pushback because I want to agree with y'all. I want to. I know we take the, they doing. We got to do more by people who ain't lane in a sense, and I get that. But suppose like let's take Wonder Man. Like suppose that he did so good at that. Like I don't even want to waste another season on that. He needs to be in a movie. Like he needs to be. He needs to be in a movie, because if I keep doing this, then now I'm doing him. But like, there's no. I know it's Captain America Winter Soldier, but you didn't see Steve Rogers in no goddamn season series. You didn't see Iron Man in a season series. Like he's good enough, and I think he showed good enough to be like, yo, you can anchor a whole movie based off of what I just saw from this season. I don't need that. In a sense, so I think that's the only budget when it comes to some of these characters. Is just that, like, hey, they're good enough to be in movies. You know what I mean? Like, and then if they really want to do it, start separating the Avengers, like the rumors was, and I have the West Coast Avengers and so on and so forth, and let him lead. Like he could be a leader of the West Coast Avengers just like that, and let's go with that. Blade, I would love for Blade to have something. Blade needs to be a part of something else, though. And I think, like I said, the number one thing I said was I think they tried to wait out Mashallah because he's just he's too old. Just call it what it is. He's too old to play this role. He's too old. But they're not going to say that, and they're not going to do that. So they stalled him out, and now they can go in on and cast somebody that's like 20 years younger to play this role, and now he could be like, boom. If he can have his own movie, great. But if he could be in something else like Midnight Suns that we're building towards, that's smart business to me. I don't know. I want to hear y'all, and I want to champion that fight with you. It's just I think they seen other directions, and I'm not necessarily disappointed with some of the directions. They gotta do it though. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait another 5 years and. Hey, I'm still waiting for Batman too. Like I can't do that. They can't string along like that. So they have to actually do it. But if they do it, it's like, hey, that's probably what they should have done.
We gonna say BJ.
So see, that was him taking a shot at your boy. I ain't saying that.
That was shot.
But so no, like I said, the problem is I could see if they were gonna take Wonder Man and make it a movie or include him, but that's the thing. The creative team said there's no plans for a movie. They haven't been included in that they switched the TV to make it a movie, which just seems like they just canceled.
I think there's more to what B probably saying. BJ is not necessarily give him his own movie. He's going to be part of the movies moving forward, like the Avengers and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But you have to work him in somewhere. So yeah,
because he's a mutant now, right? Yeah, so he might be in the X-Men movies. Not in X-Men, but in the, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
The Mutant Saga.
The Mutant Saga, yes.
They didn't do that for no reason. I'll say that.
Well, that's the thing. They said they're trying to figure out with Kamala Khan too, because she's technically a mutant now too. So what are you gonna do with her?
It's the last time we seen her.
Exactly. But
2011.
Well, she was 4 years.
The Captain Marvel too.
Captain Marvel, they need to figure out something. Well, no, they need to bring Captain Marvel back in the X-Men thing so she could get drained of her powers and Rogue could get her flight and all that ability. No, is that not how Rogue got her powers?
No, it is. But you think they'll go that route? You think they'll go that route?
I think they should.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It gets her off of TV. They don't want her on TV. They don't want her in the movies. They don't want her. That's a great way to sideline her.
No, we talking about the Rogue and not Captain Marvel. I mean, not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah. If she take,
that's what I'm talking about.
He's talking about Brie Larson.
I'm talking about Brie Larson. They don't want her.
Yeah.
Well,
they got issues with her, or she got issues with them. That is a beautiful way to get you one more movie, whatever the contract is, and just sideline you until we work something out later on.
Yeah,
that's a great way.
Now, I was going to tell you, back to what you were saying about Mahershala. I think Mahershala is a whole nother headache for multiple reasons, because I've heard a bunch of stuff about that. One, they talked about the fact that, they had the 2 strikes during development and they switched writing teams a bunch of times, but
like 85 times.
Yeah. And so, but like I said, they had the writer strike and they also had the other strike, so they couldn't do anything. Twice they had to shut down production on it. But then also part of the reason that they pivoted off of that first iteration of it, and I heard this on one other show, they were saying that, when Mahershala was supposed to go back in the 1920s and playing Blade in the 20s, they were saying one of the things he was going to be like hunting down Klan members and fighting Klan members and stuff.
I love it.
I'm like, Disney can't get down with that. There was the people who put out Song of the South was not going to put out. It was not going to have a Blade hunting Klan members in the 20s. That wasn't going to happen. And like I said, if that was part of the discrepancy.
Was he going to snuff out Walt and Henry Ford? I'm here for it.
I'm just saying, I don't think that was going to work. So
no comment.
I think Disney was like, yeah, dude, we can't touch that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so
no MCM.
They sold all that stuff over to Sinners and said, hey, Ryan, you know what? I know you do a period vampire movie. We're going to take these clothes we made for this Blade before we find out what he really wanted to do.
Hey, this set and everything. Take everything.
Yeah, take everything. Take Mahershala if you want. It was like, yeah, dude. It was like, so I can see it. And then, like I said, that's what he kept pushing for. Not one. The first movie on the Earth where they were talking about him being like the third main character and then pushing his daughter and all that. Once again, I know why, because at that time they were trying to push the Young Avengers, and I think they were trying to set up for a Miles Morales crossover. So the one, again, you should have introduced him in a Solo, and then if you want to bring her in, she could have been in the second or third movie.
Yeah.
And then you could introduce in time. But so like I said, there's a lot of problems with that by itself. But they still did it wrong. Like I said, don't announce something you don't have a plan for it. I know that's been Marvel's thing the whole time, where they'll announce stuff and then they'll try and figure out a script later. And we clowned on DC for that. But Marvel's original, hey, let's announce the project and then we'll figure out a script and the plot. And the point of us doing it is like Armor Wars. That's what happened after Tony died, and we heard that it was going to be a show. Then it's going to cost them. Let's make it a movie. And then let's just not talk about it no more, because shut up. We ain't ever mentioned no Armor Wars. Y'all made that up. So that's kind of like what they do, They announced we were supposed to get a Nova show how many years ago? They announced the Nova show.
I think that put been back in the Infinity Saga. I think
that's weird. That's supposed to be same time as WandaVision and all that. They were talking about a Nova show.
Now they talking about making that to a movie. So that one might be one of the rumors we're gonna hear about pretty soon here. They're making a Nova movie. They might come out, I think, probably in 2029 or something. But
the problem that we have, like you said, with if Marvel's cutting back the number of movies too, then you have to have shows to augment, and you're not going to be able to tell no stories, because there's too much history. There's too many stories you could tell. And if you're going to limit yourself to 2 movies a year, no more than 3, then you're going to have a lot of characters fall by the wayside in the meantime, like the Shang-Chi's that should have had a sequel and should be working on their 3rd movie by now. That just you haven't been able to make yet because you get busy. You know what I mean? And so Doctor Strange, we should have had his, because we should have showed what was going on leading up to what happens with him in Doomsday, so we get to introduce him and Clea as Doom's disciples. But that's going to be, mentioned that, oh yeah, by the way, about 2 years ago we met this dude and here's what happened off screen, and now we work for him now. Like none of that's going to make sense. But they keep swinging back and forth from the wrong stuff. Like I said, if you're going to do it in a show, make it fine. Just make sure the show makes sense. And they started to learn to listen when they started hiring showrunners to do shows instead of movie people
just random
to do shows.
People, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because they were trying to run a TV show like a movie, and they realized, wait, we spent $240 million on this TV show, and it's on Disney Plus. We're not making any more subscription money. And so they're like, well, what happened? We're not making $1 billion every time we do a project now, so I don't understand what's going on, because they got spoiled. But either, like we said, either you make the stuff cheaper, but like I said, you still need to cater showrunners, because like when they have a TV show, they had like 6 different directors on a TV show that's 8 episodes. And so you can't put the director in charge because there's no one director. That's why the showrunner has to be there to give an overarching vision to the show. And that's why they started doing that with like the Terry Matalas Vision Quest, like the Jack Schaefer, who did the WandaVision and the other one. And, even the Loki showrunner, they had 2 different showrunners, but they had one for season 1 and one for season 2. And that's some of the best stuff they've done. Everything else, they said it's been done by the directors, like as a committee type thing, which is why stuff's all over the place.
What about Agatha?
Agatha was Jack Schaefer.
You can kind of tell, like what BJ was saying. You kind of tell like there's a cohesiveness within the story and the flow of the show. Those shows we kind of felt like it was a little choppy, whatever. You kind of feel that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, when the show started getting more of the show, not saying it was perfect, but on top of the feel of it, the flow of it, it felt different depending on if they had a showrunner or if they didn't have a showrunner, had just random people just making a show together or whatever.
I mean, we just saw 2 non-cohesive shows in the effects. Like one with the X-Men 97 season 2, and then we saw Daredevil season 1, which was so choppy and weird. But then season 2 was way better, even though the viewership was down because people got turned off in season 1. They should have stuck around to season 2 because season 2 picked up and shot off because they had those dudes, and they took it like it in the direction it needed to go. And they got grittier. They brought in, you go to Jessica Jones. All that they were making the right decisions. It's just they had to get. And what Marvel should have done is scrap season 1 altogether and started with the new showrunners and just reshot everything. I know they'd already shot I think 6 episodes.
I think they might have felt like they shot too much already and it cost too much to start all the way over. That's what I'm guessing. Like you said, man, you don't want to spend too much on the TV shows. So probably what they're thinking was like, well, damn, we'll just try to work around it or whatever. Which, like you said, is why I felt like 2 different shows or whatever. This is my thing on this, bro. I think I remember I asked y'all this question. Like, so if they're gonna scrap, not so much scrap the shows, but if they're talking about cutting back on TV, then what is like Brad Winderbaum and their job then, right? You're taking resources away from them. What am I supposed to do now, right? So this is what that's what I've been hearing. I don't know if y'all heard this. So supposedly, kind of what you said, Big J, you said something kind of leading to what I was about to say. When you said that these shows were costing too much, right? Like the She-Hulk and the Moon Knights of the world, right? Where you got a lot of CGI and a lot of heavy effects and all that type of stuff. And they started going more to Daredevil where it's less effects and more practical. I think I was hearing something about they might go street level with the TV shows. Start sticking to the street level with TV shows and stuff like that, right? Where we got the Punishers, the Daredevils, the Heroes for Hire. We saw here that Hero for Hire rumor come out, right? That's what I'm hearing. They're gonna kind of go more in that vein. Which, listen, if they're gonna do that, I understand. I feel like you should do more of the world ending, universal ending type of stuff on the big screen. I gotta say about this mom and pop store, this little neighborhood or whatever on the small screen. That makes sense. I've been saying animated. Or animated or whatever, right? Like, I think animated is gonna be a given. Now, I don't know how they're gonna do as far as animation. Like, are they gonna do like that Avengers animation show that was on Disney channel or whatever, right? Like, are they gonna do stuff like that, or is it gonna be more contained animated stuff, kind of like What If and My Friend in the Neighborhood Spider-Man type stuff, like zombie? Like, they gonna do stuff like that when you talk about animation, or are you starting a whole entire anime, or like X-Men 97, all that? Are you gonna do more like Spectacular Spider-Man type cartoons or the Agents of Smash or whatever, right? Are you doing more of that animation? Like, what does it constitute for the animation side? That's what I kind of want to know too. But as far as the live action, I could see them doing kind of like what they did with like Netflix. It works. It's cheap.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say for the animation, I think you should do kind of all of it. I think you should have some stories that go from series to series, year to year, like the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But some stuff
X-Men.
could be like the What If, the zombies, you know, and I even like the different animation styles, like we talked about. I mean, I think that Marvel needs to go knock on the door of the people over at Lucasfilm and be like, hey, who did Marvel Shadow Lords? I need to borrow them dudes for a couple of months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're gonna slow it down.
Don't get BA started. Don't get BA started. Man. Come on,
no, but to me, what the solution needs to be for Marvel, for the MCU,
is for them to talk to David Filoni.
Hey,
no,
told you, bro. Don't say nothing.
I mean,
oh, my bad. I thought that's where you was going.
No, but no, for the theatrical side and for the TV side. Like I said, I think TV needs to set a clear vision and get a vision of what they want to do. Get set properties that they can work with in their toy box. Let it connect to the TV. Don't do like they did with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where they talk about the stuff. There needs to be some crossover with those. Otherwise, there's no point. But then what they need to do for the MCU proper, once this either the plan goes through, it fails, and the DCU falls apart, whatever, they need to hire James Gunn back and put him back in charge of the cosmic side of the MCU. Let Kevin still run the studio, but let him be in charge of the cosmic, so he could be working on this whole slate of cosmic movies. You know, Nova and all that other stuff, and
Silver Surfer,
all that he could be working on. And then you have somebody else to do the horror side, the Midnight Suns and all that. Someone work on that. He could maybe hire Sam Raimi to run that part. You know what I'm saying? Where you have someone who's focused on just that, and they all have their own stories. They could tell. They could each work. So that way, it's not Kevin having to do.
So
everything.
It's like a showrunner for the movies.
Yeah, each person for their own side of the MCU, because the MCU is big. The MCU is huge.
Yeah, have
different people over different parts, and then everything feeds up to, hey, Kevin, we're gonna do this arc. This is gonna be an arc for the next 5 years, but this side, and then we'll do a crossover. You know, once every 3 years, we bring all those sides together. You know, we had the X-Men, and you know, like they may do that thing with AEX Judgment, where they have the
the
Eternal
Eric coming back.
Eric and all that. But that could be one of those universal crossovers that's bigger than even a regular Avengers. You know, so you may have an Avengers movie every other year, but then one of those big crossovers, like once every 3 to 4 years, where you have everybody coming in and then go back to doing what you do.
I agree. I like that idea. I like that. Because I think when you do it that way too, when you do the sagas, you are kind of excluding a certain portion of Marvel. Like I said, we still ain't really got hit with the supernatural. Like we dabbled here and there in supernatural, but we haven't fully hit the supernatural side yet. Like you said, with the Ghost Riders, the Blades, the Werewolf by Nights, and all that stuff, type of stuff. Mephisto, yeah, you know what I mean. So, and it sounds like they're trying to mix a little bit of that in the mutant saga. It's like, but I think that needs its own saga. You know what I mean? So, no, I agree with you. All right, man. Let's see what we got next. Speaking of DC, man, get your James Gunn hat ready, Big J. DC Studios has announced a new HBO series. This is that the Jimmy Olsen show is called, y'all. The People versus Gorilla Grodd. HBO Max orders The People vs. Gorilla Grodd in an 8-episode DC Studios comedy starring Skylar and Jimmy Yeah. As Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd. So okay. Calm down. Cause what is your thoughts on this, bro?
The idea of the show is good.
Maybe you're gonna bring some positivity. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Idea of the show is good. I think it's going to be a fun watch just overall. I think we'll be able to enjoy it. The massive issue that me and I know everybody on here will have is the timing of it. You cannot have a People vs. Gorilla Grodd show when you don't have a Batman, you don't have a Wonder Woman, you don't have a Flash, you don't have all these other massive characters. But that's the issue. I don't mind the show because the show it's going to be its own thing. It's going to be additional stuff that deals with the within Metropolis and stuff like that. That's fine. That's cool. It's the timing of it. Their timing for this is terrible because you need your major hitters. Like your number 2 movie fumbled out the gate in Supergirl. As far as more of it could have been, like I said, it wasn't terrible. It was decent. It could have been much better. Could have been promoted better as well to be able to get more money. But after that stumble, this is where you need your heavy hitters to come in to be able to help you. This is where you have your Batman movie, you have your Dark Knight movie, you have your Wonder Woman movie, you have your Flash. You start to you have your next Aquaman. All of these characters should be introduced into the DCU before you. This is even a discussion as far as this being made before those. Like, I understand that this was Gunn said that they threw this. This was part of their pitch to join the DC when they talked with Warner Brothers. But my issue is they should have also said, yes, we don't mind you doing a show, but the show needs to be after you have your other characters and your world built.
Yeah.
Because at that, once you have the world decently built, okay, now we have the Gorilla Grodd as an issue and it's on the TV show. Oh, okay, we get dealing with this particular issue. Not just being, what was it, your 5th or 6th or whatever.
DC project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman should be on the screen before Gorilla Grodd. It's frustrating. That's the positivity I got.
What you got, BJ?
So look here, man. They have disgusted me with all this foolishness. I like Will said, if you want to do this, you should have established it. This should have been 2-3 years down the road after you've already had your Superman movie made you $500-600 million.
Mm-hmm.
Your Batman, well, since you can't do Batman, your Wonder Woman movie came out and made another $700 million. Because we know that they can do a successful Wonder Woman movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you're riding high and then you're like, hey, let me do my quirky stuff. James Gunn only wants to do the quirky, cute, weird stuff that he likes. And that's his problem. That's why he needs someone else to hold him back. I'm at the point now, I'm almost like, let's just go on let Dave Filoni take over DC. And I'd rather see his stuff than what James is doing right now. And like I said, I think James is a great director, great writer, but he's a bad studio head. And we're seeing that by the decisions he makes as a studio head because there's nobody to tell him, no, hey, let's not do that now. Let's go ahead and focus in on this. Because he's like, but I really, really want to play with DC. Yeah, I want to go deep in. I want to show everybody how much I know about the DC history. I mean, let's bring out nobody. We ain't never seen Gorilla Grodd, so let's do a whole show dedicated to Gorilla Grodd as a procedural detective show. Because I guess he thinks that this procedural detective show is the new thing based on the first week of Lanterns. He's like, everybody loves that, so let's keep doing it. Let's do another procedural detective show where Jimmy Olsen will be investigating. You know, the 18th character in Superman, he'll be investigating the character we never heard of as a 8-episode murder investigation to clear his name.
Right.
This is the kind of stuff that, you know, y'all say whatever, but this is the kind of stuff they need to get rid of. Like I said, this would be fine 3 years down the road after you've already had 2 hit movies or 3 hit movies, something like that. Then you could go get experimental and wacky and then all the cool, quirky stuff you want to do with your wife and all your best friends in the show. Do that then, not now. But you gotta be. I know you disagree. You want all this.
You say, well, season 1, 2, and 3.
You want this renewed
right now.
Man, it's hard for me to even listen to y'all right now. Because I think the hardest thing, Paul, that I gotta listen to is the fact that it's a comedy on top of it. Like, I don't look at Gorilla Grodd and get comedic actor from this. Like, I don't. Where's the comedy?
I was about to say that, but go ahead, bro.
Where's the thing that makes you laugh when it comes to Gorilla Grodd? Like he's not a zany guy. He never been portrayed as that. He never been played around as that. We done seen him in the comics. We done seen him in the animated movies. We done seen him in video games. Like he doesn't play. And that's the thing. Like he's that serious. Like he don't play games. So you gotta go against that to make him, I guess, have dumb moments. Because if he's still gonna be serious, then he's just gonna be like have dumb moments. Then that's the funny part. Well, then if he's having dumb moments, he's not Gorilla God. Like he's a genius. That's the thing that makes him stand out. Like, so what are we doing? And that's the thing that I got issues with. So not the fact that we got a series. Yeah, hell, make the series. That wouldn't matter to me. It's coming on HBO. Like I wouldn't care too much about it. Even when if it comes up before the Flash, it'd be interesting to know like who's he going to like relate to. Like where's your past? Where's your origin? Who did you come across? I don't know. I guess they're going to omit all those things. It don't matter. The fact of the matter, it's a comedy. Where's the funniness in it? Where's the ha? I'm not going to get that. You know what I mean? So we're going to take that, I guess, 10 minutes of screen time that he had in Superman. That he was kind of funny a little bit because he was like the quirky guy that got that kind of hot girl chasing him in a sense. Like, and that's a thing. Oh, probably sounds like James Gunn when he was growing up. It don't matter. The fact of the matter is, or some type of fantasy that he's having on screen. Are we going to get that part of it, which is cool? But then why'd you attach Gorilla Grodd to that? You could have used anybody. It's DC. It's DC with all the villains they got. They got thousands. They got hundreds of villains. You pick one that's not supposed to be played with. Somebody that you can really like legitimately have a villain run with. You know what I'm saying? Like he take an L in one movie, come back. Like he can reforge himself. You can make him come back when Planet of the Apes come back out. You can bring him back for your own DC and get some of that hype, get some of that. Like that, you could have done so much more. But to have him play comedic second fiddle to Jimmy Olsen, that's what you choose to do. I don't know, man. That just throws me off, man. What you got, bro?
Where do I begin? Y'all literally all three y'all hit points that I was gonna bring up. BJ, you said something that kind of had me thinking about a month ago. I said because I was listening to John Kempy bring this up, and y'all know my opinion on like Kathleen Kennedy. The fact that she's one of the greatest executive producers in the history of cinema, right? But she was not a great studio head. And when you said that, that's kind of where I was gonna go with this with James Gunn. You're kind of showing right now that maybe you're not a great studio head. You're a great creator. You can create things or whatever, right? But it's two different lanes that you're in, man, right? The fact that I don't understand how you step into a situation. I've said this before. You step into a situation, you already know how it is before you became studio head. You knew the reputation of DC. You knew how things were ran over there at DC, which is why they came to you to ask you to be the singular vision for DC. And then we get stuff like this. I don't understand how you don't understand as far as what the main goal should be focused on. I agree with you with the whole Gorilla Grodd thing. I said this when this idea came out. I feel like he's making Gorilla Grodd into a joke. This is one of Flash's biggest villains right here, bro, right? The fact that he does so much, like you said, within the comics, the animated stuff, right? We've seen it so many times. We've even seen it on the Flash live action show, right? The fact that you got Gorilla Grodd, bro, as one of the just a laughing stock, a joke or whatever, bro, that right there just proves to me, it shows me right there that you don't get it. You don't get it. Like BJ said, it's like you have this vision. It's stuff that I like, so I'm gonna put it out there. It's not things that you would think that the people would like. It's things that I would like, the quirkiness and all that stuff, making this guy to a joke, making that person into a joke or whatever, right? It's like everything is a long-lasting peacemaker show where everything is a joke. And it's like, bro, good. You're frustrating the people when you're doing stuff like this. Why in the hell, for one, we getting Gorilla Grodd as a joke? Two, why is that one of the ideas? You can't get a damn Wonder Woman movie out the ground, but you come with a Jimmy Olsen show. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it, bro. And it's becoming frustrating to the point that now, like I said, you're asking Superman movies to carry the whole entire franchise while we just make these below average content or whatever. What we say, BJ?
Okay, so we decided of all the characters from Superman, this is the one that gets his own show and not Mr. Terrific. Who stole the movie?
Not Mr. Terrific.
Okay.
No, not Mr. Terrific. Hell, not even the Justice Gang. Justice Gang. Not that.
No, the best parts of the movie.
When I came out the movie, my first thought was, I cannot wait to see Jimmy Olsen again on something. That's what my mind went to.
And instead of using Gorilla Grodd, which, like I said, is historically a Flash villain, why not? If one tied to the movie that we just saw, if you want to have him versus Mr. Handsome or something, you know, he's trying to do something like that. Do some weird, quirky.
And don't make it an 8 episode.
Make it a special presentation.
Yeah, something like that. Like that's just
1 hour.
I don't understand, man. Mm-hmm. That gun making it harder and harder to defend him, bro. That's the thing. He's making it hard to defend him. It's like when you do stuff like this, what the hell I'm supposed to say? Because I'm getting mad now. It's like, come on, man. You got all this knowledge of the comics, bro. And you see folks constantly coming at you online, bro. It's like, why don't you understand? Like, you're not doing it right now, man. Folks constantly asking you, the main thing, the main two questions he's constantly getting asked is Wonder Woman and Batman. You got no answers for that. But guess what, y'all? I'm gonna do you even one better. I'm about to give you a Jimmy Olsen show. How about that?
Well, like
get all about Batman. You gonna get all about Batman and Wonder Woman.
I was gonna say, what if he gave us the Flash? But I'm like, yeah, he can't give us the Flash. I think that's too soon still.
Is Gorilla Grodd gonna be in Flash?
Is it gonna be a Flash show? That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Do you want to see this version of Gorilla Grodd in the Flash?
Man, that's what I was going to say. Like, you made him into a joke, but well,
like I really try to think about, like, suppose he plays the like Shredder, right? So Shredder had Bebop and Rocksteady. So Shredder was already serious, but then he had Bebop and Rocksteady to be like, you know, the knuckleheads, you know, the comic relief thing. Like, I was like, yo, maybe that might work, but then it's like, how many times did Shredder's plans fail because of the Turtles and so on and so forth? That's not Gorilla Grodd. It took the Flash, which is like a different breed of superheroes. He's one of one. I mean, there's other species, and you get that, but it just that in that realm, it's just like it's one of one. You know what I mean? It's one main speedster. Then you got Superman, then you got Batman, Wonder Woman, but it's just one Flash. Like, that's the type of villain that he has an issue with. So he got issues with Jimmy Olsen some kind of way. Like you gotta sell all that. Like you gotta sell that. No way, man. It's just, I'm not buying it, man. It better be spectacular.
Not only that, fellas, think about this too. Lanterns is a hit show right now, right? We see how good it is. Your follow-up show is Jimmy Olsen versus Grodd. That's so you follow up with. But who am I?
Look, who am I? I just think that James Gunn is the greatest creative mind we've seen in decades, and whatever he does is going to be successful, and we should all get behind him. And if you don't get behind him, then you're being a misogynistic hater that hates women, and you're anti-gorilla and primate. And so you need to look at yourself. You know, in the mirror, if you can't get behind, if you don't want primates to have jobs acting, then I think that's a you thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
CGI. Listen, man, we got Avengers Endgame Encore adds 4 minutes of extra footage. Now, fellas, I don't know if that's a lot, but let me get y'all's thoughts on this. Avengers Endgame Encore will run for 3 hours and 5 minutes, 4 minutes longer than the original cut, when it returns to theaters on September 25th, 2026. Big J, that little additional 4 minutes, which is going to probably be 4 minutes of credits, does that entice you to go see this movie now?
I kept hearing 7 minutes total because I thought there was gonna be an extra end scene or something. I think the 4 minutes,
Now,
maybe the 4.
What I heard, right? What you just said, I heard that it was supposed to be a new intro, and I thought 4 additional scenes with 2 new end credits. That's what I heard. And that mind you, that was months ago.
That could be 4 minutes.
Well, here one of the scenes is going to be Steve talking to Thor and a couple people at the funeral before he leaves to let him know what his plan is, and that may be a minute. Just him going up to, I think he's supposed to go up to Thor and I believe Pepper, and let them know what he's about to go be with Peggy. But other than that, I can see there being like 1 or 2 little extra moments. But like I said, I thought there was going to be an end credit scene where they showed the Loki thing that we saw in the story for Doomsday.
That could be 30 seconds.
Well, him holding the baby, like him, going off, and him after him dancing with Peggy. They show like a fast forward. They show him holding the baby, and then Loki showing up like, "Hey, we gotta get you out of here. We about to prune this timeline." All that, that could be like it's part of the post credit scene. Now that could be 2-3 minutes, but I think this will be other scenes during. So I don't know. Maybe they're talking about just during the run before the credits, because it'd be weird if that was it.
You think they took stuff out and replaced it with something else?
I don't think so. I don't think they took anything out. I thought,
or they just add stuff to whatever they have.
That's what, maybe, like I said, maybe they don't count the end credit or post credit scene as part of this runtime. Maybe, I don't know.
This might be the full runtime.
If it's only 4 minutes total, then.
Because remember, the original was 3 hours and 1 minute, and I think that was end credit to the all the way to the end or whatever, or the credits.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I could be wrong, but I remember you saying that before on the show one time. It was like 3 hours and 1 minute. We were talking about
it is.
How long
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, how long it was going to be. We thought it was going to be like 3:15 or something like that for Doomsday or whatever it was, or Secret Wars. And it's when you was like, yeah, the end game was 3 hours and 1 minute. So I'm thinking that's probably from beginning of the intro to the end of the end credit or whatever. So I don't know, but what you think, cuz?
I was hoping that it would have been longer than just the 4 minutes, but I know that y'all said that it wasn't going to be that much attitude to begin with.
I thought it would be 4 things.
Yeah, I don't see them. I agree with Big J. I don't see them taking anything away to add to the 4 minutes. I think it's just like a stackable thing to it, which is going to be interesting. If it's did they say how it will be an additional 4 minutes, like it's all at one play, or will it be over the course? Okay, so yeah, it'd be. I think it'd be stackable, but it'd also be interesting in how they end up doing it as well. To be honest, not knowing if it's all together or spread out does make me want to watch it a little bit more. So just to be able to figure it out, because it's just to know like what are they going to do to be at what part within this movie was flexible enough for them to be able to add more to it. But I see where, and I also see what y'all mean. I think we had talked about it last weekend. We were trying to figure out if it's gonna the type of numbers it will run. So yeah, it won't be that. Yeah, 4 minutes won't be enough for it to have a great run. It'll just be something that will hype everybody up for
Doomsday. Yeah.
So I looked it up. They said there's a custom introduction featuring Joe and Anthony Russo. There's new bonus features. There's extra scenes integrated into the runtime to connect the events of Endgame directly to Doomsday. And then there's a special end credit scene, post credit scene sequence and outro designed to act as a narrative bridge and set up for Doomsday.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was something like that. I heard 4 new scenes from I think from like last year or whatever when they first announced it and all that stuff. I thought we talked about it. It was like 4 additional scenes or something like that, a new intro and a couple of new post credit scenes or something like that. So yeah. So I mean, like if it's that right there, Big J, I'm with cuz. I think I'm interested to watch it now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was gonna watch it anyway because I want to see how they tie it into Doomsday or whatever. So, but yeah. Because I'm surprised they haven't even put the tickets out on sale yet. What's this? August? So we're about a month away.
Yeah, it comes out in less than a month.
Yeah, so I'm surprised they didn't say nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? We start marketing and all that stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. But BA, you got anything you want to add, man?
Yeah, just quickly, it's just yeah, I feel like I gotta pay like $20 for like 4 minutes. Like every minute I see like oh, that's another $5 I just spent, and another $5, and it's 15. Now we're at 20. Oh man, that's gonna suck. But if I can get, maybe one scene of maybe Chadwick some kind of way that he might have put together or had out there, but now this gives him a reason to put it out. I think that'd be pretty amazing. Yeah, I mean, just given the situation, I doubt it, but that's what I'm hoping for. I know everything is leading into the next movie, Doomsday. I get that. Like, I'm not naive, obviously, but it's just like, man, if I can just get one more scene that he was having a conversation with somebody and they were the ones talking and he was just nodding and just anything, I think that'd be pretty dope. But I think they probably would have advertised that a little bit more. So I don't want to get my hopes too high for that, but just, it's just, like I said, I think all of it is going to be all that, like everything from start to finish, from intro. If the intro is an extra 5 seconds, that's added to that runtime. You know what I mean? And you don't want to put too much into it to mess up the movie as well. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be strategically put in the movie, whereas though, because the movie is one of the greatest movies of all time, one of the greatest selling movies of all time. So you don't want to mess it up on top of it. So you know what I mean? Just a little scene, here, a little scene there, but it's the post scene. This the end credits that's going to be like the selling point. So we're going to get the original feel. Hopefully, we get the original feelings back of watching it. We get the hey on your left. What are you talking about? On your left, like and then here comes the cavalry, Bombay, and all these other stuff. Like that's you want to get in your feels again, collectively, and that's gonna charge you. To watch Doomsday in a couple months after that. So that's the hook. That's what they're doing, and they're selling you probably one good post credit scene that they created to merge the two. And that's pretty much all we're going to get. Like I said, I'm trying to, besides what I originally said, we gotta lower expectations. Like they're not gonna change the movie. They're not gonna come on no groundbreaking scene or whatever the case may be. For the situation, and that's just where we're at with it. So just getting your feelings again. So watch Infinity War by yourself, and then come to the movie theater to watch Endgame, and then let that whole nostalgic vibe, let all that. Hey, maybe watch one of the original X-Men or two. You get that in your system, and then we go ahead on and watch that. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
I agree, man. All right, fellas, we're going to turn the page, man. We can get to these questions, these comments, call it afternoon. All right, man, let's see what we got here. Let's see. We got Epic in the building. Says Marvel movies suck. Okay.
Spicy.
Epic also says there's quality cinema being made, but superhero films are not it. Okay, you come to a Cuz we Geek and say that. All right. Somebody trolling. Horror is particularly interesting at the moment. Okay. The real comments. Salam says, what's up, y'all? He said the hype has always been there because of wanting to see how they'll pull off the RDJ Doom. That's a good point. And the 60+ characters after so early trailers. The last one sold it for most of us. Facts. Salam. I've said that second one, I didn't watch that sucker about 80 million times. I like it, man. I like it. He also says, wait. He said, I thought they told us they were pulling back on doing MCU TV, which is what we talked about literally last week. That's what they said with the sad face after canceling Wonder Man, Okoye, etc. What happened? Oh man, you know what? I hadn't even heard anything else about it. It was what's the name of those what was the name of that Ryan Coogler show they were supposed to do for Okoye and them, bro? They had the suits on, BJ.
But it wasn't Midnight Angels, was it? It was
something Angels. Damn, can't remember that. Why am I blanking on the damn name? A matter of fact, I just watched Wakanda Forever the other day. I can't remember the name, but yeah, I hadn't heard nothing else about that because they had signed that deal with Ryan Coogler. He was supposed to do those other like spin-offs of Wakanda, which that animated Wakanda show we saw, that was him. And I thought he did something else. Or was that it?
No, they said it was canceled.
Oh, it was canceled. Okay. Yes.
It was canceled.
We heard nothing else about it, but
yeah, it was canceled. Looks like it was canceled a while back.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds about right. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll find out, Salam, at New York Comic Con. He says, I like how Big J's MCU organizational promotion included his mandatory gun shade. And then the next story is Gorilla Grodd's new TV show. Yeah, man. Hey, Salam, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm about to join the hype train, bro, for this gun bashing, bro, because it's
wait. Was that a bash though? I said when the deal don't go through and then he comes back over. I'm like, I'm saying bring it back to the MCU now.
Go back to the MCU. Yeah.
I don't think that was a bash.
Go to the MCU and do what you're good at, create, right? Like as far as running a studio, yeah. Salam says, yeah, exactly. Salam says, I like how I read that one. He says, Gunn just screwed around until Paramount merger goes through. It could be, Salam, could be. I hope that's the case. Salam said they could have done a Booster Gold TV show instead of expand the layout of the DCU and to cater to Gunn's humor. But no, give me Grodd and the Kite Man. Yeah, bro. Hey, Kite Man gonna be in the show too, y'all. Watch. It he says R.I.P. to Michael Wright, Eddie Kane Jr. Yeah, bro. I forgot about that. Yeah, he died yesterday, man. R.I.P. We say something, BA?
No, you good.
But yeah, man, listen, we definitely appreciate everybody, man, geeking out with your boys, man. Shout out to the folks who just subscribed, man, to the channel. We had a few people subscribe. Appreciate y'all, man. Join us here for these same conversations, man. We have these every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning. So listen, y'all, go watch Lanterns episode 2 tomorrow. Join us on Tuesday for a full-out spoiler discussion of episode 2. If you are watching Lanterns, recommend you go back and watch our last episode, man. We talked about the first episode of Lanterns on our last episode. All right, so go watch Lanterns episode 2. Come back and join us on Tuesday, y'all. We're gonna talk about that. But with all that being said, man, it's your boy Rail. Got Cuz in the building, Big J, BA, Cuz we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. Big J and James Gunn are best friends, and we out.